Welcome back to Canada Connection. I'm Jason Gray, and I'm sitting down today with Robert Henning, the director of the Rockpile Museum. And you got some events going on in March, right?
Yes, Jason, thank you. We have, first thing, March 7th, our museum assistant, Justin Horn, is actually doing a presentation over in Sheridan for the Sheridan-Johnson County chapter of the Wyoming Archaeological Society. I mention that because you certainly could drive over and listen to the presentation. It is about Sawyer's expedition of 1865. They came through Campbell County, had some skirmishes with the Lakota and Cheyenne, and there's 2 archaeological sites in Campbell County. One remains, one has been mined through, but 2 sites related to that event. And so he's going to talk about those sites and that history. But I mention it because it'll be live streamed.
Oh, okay.
And so you can drive over, or you can, from the comfort of your home, watch it and learn a little bit of Campbell County history.
Sure.
And enjoy what the research he's done and what he's put together for Sheridan. So March 7th, believe it is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. But stay tuned to our social media, our website. As soon as we have confirmation of how to register or where the link is for the stream, we'll get that out.
All right.
So yeah, that should be good. Very proud of Justin for the work he's been doing. I'll tell you about another one of his programs coming up as well. And then quickly after that, March 9th is the Children's Festival.
Oh, okay.
So we'll again be at the Children's Festival with Maggie the Milking Cow. And it's a safari theme this year, I'm told.
Okay.
So I'm also told that Maggie did not get her passport. I guess transporting milk cows overseas is difficult. So customs and all that stuff. Passports, whatever. So Maggie has taken a safari through Wyoming, so kids will learn a little bit about Wyoming and her travels, and then be able to do some coloring pages as well.
Sure.
So come and join us at Camplex for Children's Festival, March 9th. You can milk the cow and then do some fun activities as well.
Okay.
New exhibits coming up, open now, in fact. The first one is Lego Wyoming.
Okay.
I think I mentioned that. It's been a month or 2 since I've been here. Mentioned it in the past, but Lego Wyoming is very cool. Parker Brooks, one of our part-time employees, has put together a lot of those. So you'll see mining shovels and trucks, haul trucks. There's a section on Yellowstone.
Okay.
So he's created, and these are not kits, he's created a Grand Prismatic Spring and Old Faithful from his own imagination, and they're really cool. There's trains, there's a stagecoach that I really like. Stagecoach, what else do we have? Lots of great Wyoming stuff. I'm trying to think what else there is. Anyways, the trains are wonderful, so come and check that out. He's put together a map that kind of shows where the different Lego creations kind of fit into Wyoming's story. So that's open now, come and see that. We also have our big summer exhibit. Our big exhibit for 2024 is Hurrah for the Cowboy, Men of the Open Range. So that exhibit is open now. It is historic engravings and shows the story of the cowboy through time. How the cowboy came to be, who these men and sometimes women were, where they came from, where their equipment was inspired from. So how did the saddle and the spurs and the cowboy hat come to be? What life was like on the plains? What life was like trailing herds from Texas to Wyoming and beyond?
Sure.
And so it intersperses that information with the historic artwork, with poetry, and you learn quite a bit about the myth and legend that is the American cowboy.
Sure. All right.
So it's a great exhibit. I wanted to share some of the artists that are in the exhibit.
Okay.
Of course, those you may have heard of: Frederick Remington, Charlie Russell, Maynard Dixon, N.C. Wyeth. But then there's some others that are maybe not as well known. Paul Franzeni, Jules Tavernier, William de la Montagne Carey, Rufus Zogbaum, Stanley Wood, and Edwin Deming as well. All did this artwork in the late 19th century, early 20th century. So they were in the American West and seeing working cowboys and drawing what they were seeing and really documenting that cowboy culture at that time. So pretty good to have them. A couple of things that I wanted to share about the exhibit. You know, there's historical information and memories about that era of cowboy culture. This one's called Coming Up from Texas, and it's from Teddy Blue Abbott, his memories in 1939. It says, but in 1883, all the cattle in the world seemed to be coming up from Texas. On the trail, we were hardly ever out of sight of a herd, and when we got to that big flat country along the North Platte, we could see the dust of the others for 20 miles. I could see 7 herds behind us. I knew there were 8 herds ahead of us, and I could see the dust from 13 more of them on the other side of the river.
Wow.
So I liked that. That's one of my favorite things from the exhibit because that's the time period that herds are coming to Campbell County.
Sure. The
mid to late 1880s. And so it really speaks to that early history of our state and our country. So I liked that one. There was another one that I took a picture of. Sorry, I'm going to use. It is actually from the Stock Grower and Farmer.
Okay.
July 25th, 1891. So I picked this out because July 25th is roughly 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks before the railroad arrived in Gillette, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah.
In 1891. So it's very timely for our community. And the Stock Grower and Farmer, that publication said, the cowboy has defied the torrid heats of summer and the frigid blasts of winter, without shelter and at times almost without food or clothing. He has braved the fury of savage beasts and men. He has turned his back upon the comforts of home and the love of his kindred to sweep across the trackless desert in the face of dangers, seen and unseen, to pave the way for advancing civilization. To me, that's the life of a cowboy, right? Mm-hmm. In 1890s, when Gillette was a cow town. So
yeah.
Kind of gives you a sense of what you're going to get in the exhibit, and beautiful illustrations as well. So please come out and see it. It'll be here almost the entire year,
okay,
until December. So we'll have some related events upcoming. We've got cowboy music, potential for chuck wagon dinners, working on some experts in cowboy attire and clothing. So lots of great programs associated with that.
All right. Is there anything coming up anything else coming up in March, or?
Just a few other updated exhibits. So
sure.
Come to the museum, check those out. Our weather exhibit is being updated. We have a historic weather observation station.
Oh, sure.
From a Campbell County ranch. And so that's being put back out on display. So come and check that out, learn about how our local ranchers and farmers helped keep track of weather data. Pretty interesting. And then in April, Justin's going to do a presentation, another cowboy story, called The Murder of Allie Means. That's April 11th, so put that on your calendar. And then May 10th and 11th is our 3rd annual Sheep Herders Festival.
Oh, okay.
So that's coming up fast, so put that on your calendar as well.
All right. And as always, we've got some books from the gift shop.
That's right. So this one is one of the largest and a little bit pricier books we have. This is Exploring with Custer, the 1874 Black Hills Expedition. And so it is by Paul Horstad. This is the 4th edition. Paul is going to be with us on April 18th to talk about this book. But what he did is he tracked the 1874 Custer expedition through the Black Hills, and then using the historic photographs from that time, he took photographs in the same location.
Oh, okay.
And it's just beautiful to see 1874 and then 2024.
Sure.
And so 150 years apart.
Yeah.
You're seeing, let's see if I can find one that, you're seeing the same area of the hills. So I don't know if that is visible on the screen. Try to send you some photos here to put up. But it's kind of surprising. One thing you notice in the current photos, many more trees.
Oh, yeah.
Immensely more trees.
Sure.
And I'm excited to ask him about that. He'll probably explain that to us. I think it's a couple of things. I think the trees were being used, harvested to some extent in 1874, but I think it's also wildfires. I think fires and pests, there was no one here to stop those.
Sure.
And so we stop them now, right? We have to protect property and homes and people. So we work hard to put those fires out and prevent them. Whereas in 1874, they just go.
No one to do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think that's the major thing is the fires. Pretty incredible how the landscapes are similar yet different. There's even one, and it's on the cover, where this post, I don't know if it's a post or a tree, is still there after 150 years.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I don't know if it's a burnt tree stump but I don't even know how that's possible. But
yeah, gosh.
Yeah, you know the beauty of the Black Hills, and this really, really shows them off. And you just learn a ton about this expedition, what they were doing, all the different men, and you can see photos like this where it shows the actual expedition in 1874. So,
sure.
Great history, and excited to have Paul here to talk with us. This one is $49, so but it is pretty special. And then if you buy it and bring it that night, certainly you can have it signed. So that's the history book, and then I brought some fun kids books. We've got some new ones in related to cowboying, of course.
Sure.
So this is B is for Buckaroo, cowboy alphabet. And right along with that is C is for cowboy. This is a Wyoming alphabet.
Oh.
So check those out. And then Cowboy Camp is a fun little cowboy book with some great illustrations. It's this one, he doesn't like the beans, apparently, cowboy beans. And then Blah Blah Black Sheep. So maybe not cowboying, but sheep herding.
Sure.
Blah Blah Black Sheep. That's hard to say. But good children's books, all pretty reasonable. $18.99 for this one. $8.95 for this one. That doesn't even compute with me that you can get that. And then $18.99 as well for these, I believe. So these are all available in the gift shop. It's open when we're open, 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday. Members get a discount. So if you join the Rockpile Museum Association, you get a discount, 10% off the top on everything. So,
in addition to free admission to the museum. I mean, free other than your membership fee.
That's right. And one yearly membership fee, and you can get in free anytime you want. You also get advance notice of events, members-only events, early registration. So like for our children's events where we have to limit it to 50 kids and families, members get to sign up first. So it's certainly well worth the investment.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.